Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another episode of Red Plays. All right, thus far with Drax, we are 2-0 versus Rhino. And actually, we had one of our faster Rhino beatdowns with Protection Deck Drax just this last game. So, what we're going to do is we're going to switch on over to Expert Mode Rhino and see how Drax handles that. Now, thus far, I don't think I've ever had to swap back over to Alter Ego mode with Drax. I've been able to stay in hero form the whole time as I've dealt with Rhino. I think that's going to change this time around because Rhino's hitting a little bit harder. We're actually going to have to worry about breaking and taking a little bit more. This with it being out at the beginning, and Drax isn't great at thwarting. So that should be interesting. It should change the game around a whole lot. And let's see how it goes. So we've got Drax on the board. He's got his 14 hit points. Rhino's out there. He starts with 15 hit points this time around since we're expert mode. We've got breaking and taking on the board because we start with that in expert mode. And we've got our other expert encounters in the deck. So I think we're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and grab our 6 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we come up with. All right, so we got Gamora. That's good. We have 2 athletic conditionings, which help me get rid of stun status cards, which don't do me a whole lot of good right now. We're seeing Moondragon, which is interesting in that exhaust and discard Moondragon, choose a minion. That minion attacks another enemy of your choice. She's got kind of a cool ability, but I don't know how much that's going to come into play here. All right. So what are we looking at? Things that don't do us any good are these athletic conditionings. And I don't think Moondragon is going to do us any good either. Leading blow is kind of iffy out of the gate. I'm probably not going to do more damage than I have for attack. What I would really like to get is some more thwarts. So let's discard these and see if we can get something that's going to help us get that breaking and taken off the board. We're going to keep Gamora because Gamora is awesome. So if we take a look at Gamora, she's going to, after Gamora attacks or thwarts, discard the top card of your deck until you discard an event, then add that card to your hand. So she's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so let's get our 4 other mulligan replacement cards, and we have Intimidation, Indomitable, Counterpunch, and another Leading Blow. All right. So the Intimidation's good. That remove X from the scheme where X is equal to your attack. So that's not a whole lot, but it may be just enough. Because that could get us to we get 1, we have Drax out there, and then 3, that could get rid of the breaking and taking, which is I think where we need to be at. So let's flip on over to Drax. All right, we're going to go ahead and play Gamora. So we're going to use our energy and I think our leading blow. And that's going to put Gamora into play. All right, a Chrome Play got a Guardian trait, and Drax has got the Guardian trait, so we're all right there. All right, now priority number 1 is getting rid of that breaking and taken. So Gamora is going to thwart. We're going to take 1 off of the breaking and taken. Now, after Gamora attacks or thwarts, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an event. And I'm going to add that card to my hand. So let's see what we come up with. That is an upgrade. That's an event. So that's going to get added to my hand. All right. All right, so we've got a subdue in my hand, which is good because it gives me another energy I could use, another resource. But it's it'd be an all right card, I guess, when Rhino comes to attack me. All right, so we're going to thwart with Drax. Get rid of yet another one. And then we're going to play this Intimidation. We're going to use Indomitable to play Intimidation, which says remove X threat from a scheme where X is equal to my attack. So my attack is just 1 right now, but that's enough to get rid of the breaking and taken. All right, so breaking and taken's off the board. Now, sitting in our hand, we've got a Counterpunch, which is after your hero defends against an enemy attack, deal damage to that enemy equal to your hero's attack, which could be kind of good. We've got a subdue sitting there also. So when an enemy attack against you, get -3 for that attack. So we're going to be done. We're going to sit on those cards. We're going to ready everybody up, and we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 4. All right, let's straighten these out a little bit. All right, hand size of 4. Let's go. Parry and a deflection. All right, so the parry is a good card once we get powered up. So when you would take any amount of damage, prevent X of that damage, where X is equal to double your attack. But we kind of need some of those vengeance counters first. Now, deflection is another one where I can prevent up to 5 damage, but I have to discard cards from the top of my deck, and it costs 2 to get it out there right now. I think subdue is probably going to be what we go with this round. We're looking at leaving us in a spot where we don't have any cards going into the next round, which could be interesting. All right, so let's go over to Rhino's turn. We're done with Drax. Rhino's turn, we put 1 threat on the main scheme. Rhino's going to look to attack Drax. So Drax is just going to take this damage. The thought is, do I do a subdue here, or do I just take the hit? I think I'm going to go ahead and do the subdue. So I'm going to use my deflection to play for subdue. That's when an enemy initiates an attack. The enemy gets -3. So he is at 0 for the attack. Let's see what kind of boost he gets. He's going to boost up to big old 0. There we go. All right, so we're going to take nothing. Aha! Now, do I want to counterpunch? First off, let's remember we have a response that says, after the villain attacks Drax, place 1 vengeance counter here. All right, that's going to give me my +1 attack. And then if I have 3 of those, I draw cards instead. All right, so we have after your hero defends against an enemy attack, deal damage to that enemy equal to your hero's attack. So I could do a counterpunch. I think I will go ahead and we'll spend our counterpunch here. So counterpunch. Oh, I have to defend. I did not defend. After your hero defends against an attack, I did not defend against an attack. So I can't counterpunch. All right. So let's draw a card for our villain. Counter card is charge. Ooh, you're going to get the +3 attack. Okay. So that gets attached to Rhino. His next attack is going to get overkill, and he has +3 attack. So there's the big attack coming on. All right. So that's the end of Rhino's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. Okay. Now, what are we going to do over here? Should we go ahead and hit with Drax? Because I don't have a whole lot of cards at this point in time. I think we will. I think we'll exhaust Drax to go ahead and attack for 2. So we're going to knock Rhino down to 13. We should have attacked with Gamora first, just to see what card we pull out when we do that. But we're going to do that. We're going to attack with Gamora. So she's going to do 2 damage. And then we have a, after Gamora attacks or thwarts, discard cards until I get an event. So let's see what event we get. We get a Hard Knocks. All right. Wouldn't have done us any good to have it earlier, so it's okay. All right, we're done at that point. Grab our tokens back. Now we're going to draw back up to 4 cards. Let's see here. Boop. And we have Mantis. Ooh, Mantis is pretty cool. Mantis is great for healing Drax. So exhaust Mantis, deal 1 damage to her, heal 3 damage from an identity. So she's the keep Drax on the field card. Really would probably like to play her with some med teams or first aids or something like that out there, because she could be pretty powerful with the right things behind her. All right. It's the end of my turn. We're going over to Rhino's turn. So first thing, we're going to throw 1 on the main scheme. Rhino is going to look and see Drax out there. Now, I could have Gamora block this, but she's only got 1 health, so it doesn't really do a whole lot of good. I could have Drax defend. At that point, I could counter punch and I could parry, but I also kind of want to hold on to be able to pay for Mantis. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to play my parry. So parry says I'm going to, when you take any amount of damage, prevent X of that damage. So that's what we're going to end up doing, where X is double my attack. So let's go through this here. So Rhino's attacking. He's got a charge, so he's coming at me for 6. He's going to get a boost of 1, so he's coming at me for 7. All right. So this is after the villain attacks. So do I get that counter before or after? Ooh, that's a timing call that I don't know. It's after the villain attacks. So is that when he completes the attack or after he initiates attack? There's a whole bunch of things that talk about when he initiates an attack. So I'm going to assume it's not when he initiates and after the attack is done. All right, so I'm preventing 2 times my power, which is 4. I'm taking 3, 7, so I'm going to take 3 points of damage. All right. I think I mathed that all right. My parry is gone. I have another counter, the vengeance counter, and charge is gone. And we're going to draw another card. So we're going to draw our encounter card, and we get Under Fire, which has a surge and reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Great, so we're going to get 2 cards. That's just what I wanted. So 1, 2. All right, let's see what we come up with. Number 1, we've got a Hydra Mercenary is going to come out, and he's got guard. All right, there's a Hydra Mercenary. Card number 2 is Exhaustion, which has a surge. So I'm going to exhaust my identity card. Damn it. And we're going to surge into yet another card, and we get Enhanced Ivory Horn. Oh, it takes 3 physical to get rid of. Ouch. Okay. All right, so that is the end of Rhino's turn. That didn't go well for us. It's back over to our turn. I don't like that we're starting off exhausted. Not awesome. Okay, so I would need to spend 3 physical to get rid of the Enhanced Ivory Horn, which I could do right now, but I would have to get rid of Mantis, and I don't think that I want to get rid of Mantis. All right, I cannot attack Rhino directly right now. I really do want to get Mantis out there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Gamora attack the Hydra Mercenary. So she's going to exhaust. She'll do 2 points of damage to the Hydra Mercenary. All right. She does 2 points of damage to the Hydra Mercenary, and then she's going to be out of there. All right, no more Gamora, but I have a... After Gamora attacks or thwarts, discard the top card until I get an event. So let's see what event we get. All right, we get... That's an event. A deflection is an event. Okay, now... What we could do is we could play the Hard Knocks, but I think Mantis is going to be better to get out there than the Hard Knocks. So we're going to use our Deflection and our Hard Knocks to play Mantis. She's going to come into play. We're going to go ahead and exhaust Mantis. She's going to take a damage. And I'm going to heal 3 off of Drax. All right, and we're going to be done. So we're going to ready up. And we're going to draw up to our hand size of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of the cards I've had most of the last couple of games was the Dweethite Mastery, which getting the extra cards is really nice. It really helps with that that 4 hand size, and so been kind of hurting this time around. All right, we're going over to the villain's turn. So we're going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. Rhino is going to see Drax out there. What are we going to do? We are... I think we're going to defend against this attack. All right, so Rhino is going to come to attack. Oh, that's not... damage to an enemy. Yes. Okay, so that's interesting. So Counterpunch says, after your hero defends against an enemy attack, deal damage to that enemy equal to the hero's attack. Okay. So I don't think I can actually deal damage to Rhino because I can't attack the villain and that's an attack response. So I don't think I can get that through to Rhino, unfortunately. So I think we're going to take this attack. So Rhino's attacking us for 3, 4. He's going to get a boost of 1. So he's going to hit us for 4. All right, we do get another vengeance counter. That's good. So we're maxed out. We're as vengeful as we can get. All right. That was Rhino's attack. The Hydra Mercenary is going to attack. I could defend against the Hydra Mercenary, but I think we're just going to take the damage from the Hydra Mercenary. So we take 1 more. And we're up to 5. I'm going to draw an encounter card. All right, encounter card is Hydra Bomber. All right, 2 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. I think we're going to go ahead and take the 2 damage. This is, I think we're getting close to when we're going to need to be healing pretty soon here. We're also going to potentially need to use Mantis to heal. That's what we're looking at too, I think. All right, that's the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. Should set these like this. All right, what are we doing on the hero's turn? Let's see here. We have Hard Knocks, which does 4 damage to an enemy. If the enemy is defeated, give your hero a tough status card. So I think we're going to do that. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to give ourselves a tough status card because we're going to take out the Hydra Mercenary. It's a lot of extra damage, but it takes the Hydra Mercenary out. All right. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Did I do that right? I think I did that right. For our Hard Knocks. All right. Now, that gives us a tough status card. I think we're going to... Do we take the Hydra Bomber out? That would totally wipe him off the face of the earth. Or do we hit Rhino? We're up to 4 attack. I think we take the Hydra Bomber out. And the reason I say that is I'm afraid of our threat that we're building up here. So we're going to take out the Hydra Bomber. I'm going to have Mantis exhaust to actually thwart. And we're going to take 2 off the main scheme. All right, so we're done. I'm going to unexhaust. I'm going to draw back up to 4 cards. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we got our Knife Leap. All right, so we're getting ready to do some damage here, potentially. We'll see how that goes. We also have a Payback. And we got some Intimidation here, too. So the Payback is after the villain attacks, you deal X damage to the villain, where X is equal to your attack, which is looking kind of good right now. All right, so going over to the villain's turn. 1 threat on the main scheme. Rhino is going to see Drax out there, so he's going to come for Drax. I've got my tough that I'm sitting on, so I'm okay. We're going to take this. So he's doing 4. He's going to get a boost of 1, so he's going to hit me for 5. It's all going to get absorbed by tough. So tough is going to go away, and we're going to give him some payback. So after the villain attacks you, deal X to the villain, where X is equal to your attack. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do my... I can't place a vengeance counter, so I get a draw card. Ooh, we got our Dweet Mastery. That's good. Okay. Then we have our payback, and our payback is going to be for 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to knock him down to 7. All right. And then we're going to draw a card. All right. So we're drawing a card, and he is going to... Ooh, Sandman's going to come into play. And he's tough. He's got a lot of health. Okay. Well, that's on the annoying side. I would have preferred not to have seen Sandman come into play. But I don't know if there's, or we're kind of not much we can do about that right now. All right, so I was thinking I would knife leap a Rhino there, but I think I might need to go through Sandman first, just because of what we got going on here. So I'm going to use my Hard Knocks to play my Dweethite Mastery, which is amazing to get out there. I needed that out there. So when I make a basic attack, I get to draw a card. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have Mantis attack Sandman. So she only attacks for one, and she's going to take 2 consequential, so that's going to take her out, but she's going to take the tough off of Sandman. Because I need to prep him for a big old knife leap. All right, so knife leap says... reduce the cost to play this card for each vengeance counter on Drax, which I've got 3 of them. So it's going to be free, which is a great cost. When you make a basic attack, you get +5 for that attack. That attack gains overkill and piercing. All right. So we're going to attack Sandman. We're going to have overkill and piercing and +5 attack. And we get to draw a card. All right. So let's go ahead and do our draw card here. We're attacking for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 into Sandman. So Sandman's going to take 9 damage. 4 of that he's going to take. 5 of that is going to go to Rhino. And we're exhausted after that attack. All right. After that, we're sitting on Athletic Conditioning and Intimidation. Now this could come in pretty handy pretty quick here. We'll see. All right, so let's clean this up a little bit. Let's put a 5 out there. All right, now. Okay, so the question is at this point in time, do I go alter ego mode or not? Well, I could play my intimidation, and I could clear off the break-in. Maybe that's a smart thing to do, is to clear that up and then go alter ego mode. And then we would pretty much heal up if we do that. I think I'm going to have to do that. So we're going to play our intimidation, which says remove X threat from a scheme where X is equal to your attack. My attack is 4 right now, so boop. That's going to go away. We're going to flip on over to Alter Ego Drax. Oh, it's the first time I've done this. So what happens? After you change to this form, remove all vengeance counters from Drax. Heal 2 damage for him for each vengeance counter removed this way. All right, so 3 of my vengeance counters are going to go away, which means I'm going to heal 6. I'm back down to 1 damage. And I'm done. And I'm going to draw it back up to a hand size of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We got our other knife. We got to fight me, coward, so we can get a counter on us during our turn. All right, villain's turn. What's got on the villain's turn? We put 1 threat on the main scheme. Rhino is going to see Alter Ego Drax out there, so he's going to scheme. He's going to scheme for 1, and he's going to boost 1. So he's going to scheme for 2. All right, so we're up to 3 on the main scheme. Then we need an encounter card. It's an advance. And our encounter card is hard to keep down. When revealed, Rhino heals 4. Oh, okay. That's all right. We've been able to deal a lot of damage, so we'll give him his 4 health. Okay. Oh, and we should be unexhausted. All right, so that's the end of Rhino's turn. We're back over to Drax. Okay, so we have a lot of fun things to do here. We have Drax's other knife, so we can get a retaliate, which would be really handy. We've got a fight me coward, which would make him attack us, and we would get to draw a card. So let's do that. I think we're gonna do a subdue to get Drax's knife out there. All right, we're gonna flip over to Drax, who's now back in action. Let's do a fight me coward. So fight me coward says, ooh, actually, hold on, wait. First, we're going to attack with Drax, I think. Or do we thwart and take one off the main scheme? Maybe that's the better thing to do. So I could just straight up knife leap at him. If I did that, that would actually knock him out. I would get a card. Then I could fight me coward. And I think when I flip him, he's going to get tough and stun. Yeah, why don't we do that? So I'm not sure if this is the best way to play this, but let's give it a roll and see how it goes here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to spend 3 to do our knife leap. So we don't get to reduce the cost of it, but we get +5 in attack. We get overkill and piercing, and we're going at Rhino. All right, so we're going to hit Rhino for 6, which is enough to take Rhino 2 out. All right. When I take out Rhino 2, Rhino 3 is going to come out. And he's going to get tough. And he's going to stun each hero out there. So I'm going to get stunned. Where's my little stun counter? I don't have it. We'll go with the card. All right, so we'll be stunned. All right. And he needs, what is it, 16 hit points? 16. All right. So 5, 10, 1. All right, and it didn't attack, so I get to draw a card from my Dweeb Feet Mastery. Should be exhausted. Oh, and I got a genius. Okay. So now we're going to do Fight Me Coward. So Fight Me Coward says, hero action, ready your hero, draw a card, the villain attacks me. All right, so I'm going to ready my hero. I'm going to draw a card. And the villain's going to attack me. So Rhino's going to come at me. I'm going to end up getting a vengeance token. He's attacking for 4, 5, and he's going to get a boost card. So he's going to boost for 2. All right, so he's going to hit me for 7. All right, we're going to take 7. Ouch. All right, so we got one of our vengeance tokens. As part of that, I have, well, in hero form, I get retaliate 1, so his toughness is going to go away. All right. Then I think we're done. All right, so it's the end of the hero turn at this point. So I'll get to draw back up to my hand size of 4. So we get a parry, a payback, and a martyr. So martyr is kind of interesting in that after martyr takes consequential damage for performing an attack, if that attack defeated an enemy, give her a tough status card. So she would be great taking out those little Hydra bombers against Rhino. Okay, I need to remember I'm stunned too, which is a bit of a problem right now. Okay. we're going back to the villain's turn. So we're going to put one threat on the main scheme. Rhino is going to look to attack Drax. All right, our problem is that we're stunned, kind of. So he's attacking for 5, and he's going to get a boost, and I'm at 8 damage. So if I take 6, I'm out. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this parry. So parry says when you would take any amount of damage, prevent X of the damage, where X is equal to double your attack. So my attack is 2 right now, so I'm going to prevent 4. All right, so he's attacking me for 5. He's going to get a boost of none. So I'm going to take 1 damage. All right. I'm also going to use my payback, which says after the villain attacks you, deal X damage where X is equal to your attack. It's a hero response attack, and I'm stunned. So it's going to wipe out the stun, because that's going to be my attack. And stunned, when I would attack, discard the status card instead. So that's going to take away my stunned. So I would pay back, but I'm stunned. All right. And I have my other knife, so he's going to take a point of retaliate damage. Okay. Next up, we need an encounter card. All right, our encounter card is... uh-oh, an assault. Villain attacks me. Okay, this is going to be kind of painful. All right, what can we take? So we're at 7, we're at 9, so we can take a 5-point hit, which is the damage that he's doing. So that does not look good for us. So we're going to have to defend against this. All right, so he's attacking for 5. He's going to get a boost of 1, so he's attacking for 6. I defend 2 of it for my defense, so I'm going to take 4. So I'm going to go from 9 to 13. Oh, I'm within just a hair's breadth of being out of there. All right, he's going to take a retaliate. Haha, at least there's that. And then he's done. Okay. Phew. We're over to Drax's turn. So what's Drax doing? Wow. Drax is kind of a hurting unit right now. I don't have a lot of cards. That was an assault, so I should have another token, which is going to come important here. Because I'm exhausted from blocking, but I'm going to need to flip and get some healing action going on. I would like to get rid of some of that threat, but there's nothing I can do about that right now. So it's likely that Rhino's going to scheme out on his turn. Because one's going to go there, then he's going to scheme. And I've probably got more than a 50-50 chance. I'm going to guess maybe 60 to 70% that he would actually scheme out. So my other choice would be to stay on the Drax side. But if I take an attack, I would have to really get cards to give me enough to wipe out whatever damage Rhino would do. And then the next turn, come up with enough to be able to do 14 points of damage, which is possible. Not likely, but is possible. So I'm trying to figure out which one's the more likely play right now. I think going cards wise and hoping that I get something that helps me live through the next round is probably the better play. I got 4 cards there, which would get him another encounter card. That's kind of scary too. Another encounter card could be problematic. I think we're going to stay hero. All right, so I'm going to stay hero. I'm going to get rid of martyr. We're going to unexhaust. I'm going to draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't get any defense cards, so I'm hosed right now. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do. All right, villain's turn. We're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Rhino's going to come to attack me. He's attacking for 4. If I take a point of damage, I'm out. I don't have anything to stop me from taking damage, which I was hoping for. Something like that would have been nice, but yeah, that's it. Rhino takes me and he takes down Drax. Oh, all right. So the other question would have been, if I would have gone hero side, so, or alter ego side, I would have flipped. Drax would have come out. I would have gotten 4 from that, so I would have went up to, I don't know, whatever it is. At that point in time, I would have drawn back up to 6. I would have got that, and I would have got another card. The tougher part about all of that would be that he would have gotten an encounter card, additional encounter card, because I would have carded out. He would scheme for 1, and it would get a boost of 2. So that would have been 3. That would have been the end of the game. He had me either way. Dang it. All right. So close. Well, yeah, a little bit close. All right. We're going to try Rhino Expert again. I think I had a chance there. So I'm trying to think. I could have taken the Enhanced Ivory Horn out earlier. I could have held on to Mantis and had me heal. That might have worked out better in the end. I will say I think one of the big things is this card right here. I think this is the massive card for Drax. He really needs to Dweethite Mastery. So getting that extra card, I believe, is massive for him with that four card hand size is just pretty awful, and you really need to get that into play. So I think that's his power card. I could have maybe not done the knife leap and played a little bit more conservative at that point. Maybe that would have put me in a better spot. So maybe I got too aggressive. So I don't know. We'll give it a try. Maybe we'll play a more protection Drax rather than the attacky Drax next time around. So all right. So there we go. 2 wins with Drax against Standard Rhino. Our first loss against Expert Rhino, but I think we're going to do some more Expert Rhino and see if we can take him out, because I think I've got a pretty good chance, and I'm playing the pre-constructed deck, so having it close is actually not all that bad. I think if I subbed a few more cards in here, I don't know that Rhino would be all that bad to take out with Drax. So anyway, next up, another Expert run against Rhino with Drax, and that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.